The University of Pennsylvania is sorry, very, very sorry for denying science. They don't like science there. It's an Ivy League institution. Sorry for letting a man beat women. And sorry for robbing female athletes of the glory that they worked their entire lives to achieve and to win. The Department of Education announcing that the University of Pennsylvania has entered into a resolution agreement to comply with Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, you know, the law. As part of the agreement, the Ivy League school will restore all swimming records, titles, and recognitions to the female athletes that earned them and won them. And they were misappropriated by a man, well, male athletes, multiple athletes, and in particular, Lia Thomas, also known as William Thomas, the man who raced against women because he couldn't beat other men in a swimming pool. And he will be stripped of all of his titles and records, and he's got a bunch of them. The University of Pennsylvania will also issue a public statement to what they call the university community, the people there at the University of Pennsylvania, stating that it will, from now on at least, comply with the law, Title IX, specifying that it will not allow males to compete in female athletic programs or let men occupy women's locker rooms and shower rooms and facilities flapping all over the place. University of Pennsylvania will accept science, imagine that, and adopt biologically based definitions for the words male and female, you know, science, biology, culture, history, consistent with Title IX and the law and President Trump's executive orders. The university will also post a statement that they're going to produce in a prominent location on its main website and on each of its websites for women's athletics. And they will also send a personalized letter of apology to each female swimmer impacted by their very, very bad decisions. Former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines, the wonderful Riley Gaines, thanked President Trump, writing, UPenn has agreed to right its wrongs before records and the rightful female athletes and issue an apology to the women impacted by the man they allowed to compete as a woman. Are pigs flying? God bless Donald Trump, she said. Now, that is wonderful stuff, and it is great that the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League institution, is acknowledging biology and gender and science and millennia of culture and history, and acknowledging that they, for whatever set of twisted reasons, robbed these women of their hard-earned trophies and scholarships and so much else that they were stripped of by these bad decisions.
This is a huge win for President Donald Trump and the administration. It also suggests that what's left of the Department of Education, which has been dismantled in part, will continue going on hard on these Title IX issues, also DEI issues, not just in colleges and universities, but also on the K through 12 front. I'd expect a lot more of that. I think another thing to focus on here is what this continues to suggest is that this is an 80-20 issue that Republicans are on the right political side of. Democrats had not really had an autopsy after the 2024 election on this particular issue because there are so many activist groups where there are litmus tests with this issue. So I think that's going to continue to be something that Democrats really struggle with on this issue because they don't know what to say about it. And
Tiana, that's the University of Pennsylvania is an Ivy League institution. God, the Ivy League has just made a mess of themselves all over the place. But this one having to do with the most obvious things of all, gender.
Yeah, this is inextricably linked to the fact that for the first time in, I think, 10 years, there has been a precipitous decline in the number of Republicans that support the legality of gay marriage, right? You have Donald Trump come into office as the first president to say, as he's entering office, he supports legal gay marriage. It's a settled issue. And then the LGBT got hijacked by the plus-minus divided sign, and all of a sudden, they're backing men and women's sports. Like, no one was saying we need to relitigate any of these issues until we were made to care as conservatives, right? So, Jason, I'm sure the next thing you're going to say is, why do you guys care about this so much? Because it's unfair to athletes that are dependent on sports, specifically for scholarships, right? That's the whole point of Title IX, to make sure that people have equal opportunity. The fact that you guys broke the law to try and push men to do this and pretend like biological science is not real, that a 6'4" man doesn't have a physical advantage over a woman, that's why we care.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.